Hi everyone, welcome to the first lesson in this Intro to Scratch course. This video will be all about getting set up on Scratch as well as navigating the website. Before you watch this video, please make sure your parent or guardian has seen the video before this, which was an introduction for parents and guardians. To get started, we'll want to go to the Scratch website, which is the website on the screen. Feel free to bookmark this page so you can come back to it easier in the future. Once you have reached the Scratch website, click the Join Scratch button at the top right corner of the page. This is where you will be creating your account. Here is where we will be creating our username, preferably one without your real name, and a password. Please make sure to write down both of these so you can remember them. Once you are done, press the orange Next button and continue filling out the information it asks. Then it will ask you for your email address. I would recommend putting in your parent or guardian so that they can confirm it for you. This way you'll be able to share your projects. Once you press create your account, have your parent or guardian check their email. So here we are at the home page. The home page has many featured projects that you can take a look at later. On the top, there are 4 links that will be very important to us throughout this course. First, we have Create, which will take you to a new project. Then we have Explore, which is where you can explore other people's projects. Next is Ideas, which will have project ideas, and About, which tells you about Scratch. On the right side, we have an envelope, which will contain all of your messages, as well as a folder called My Stuff, which is where all of your projects will go. And finally, we have a little drop-down menu where your username is. You can access your profile, stuff, settings, and signing out. So first, let's go to our profile. Your profile is what other users will see, where you can tell them about yourself and share your projects. Now let's take a look at where we'll be creating our projects. To get there, click the top left Create button. On the right here is your stage. This is where you will see what you have coded. On top of the stage there are 2 buttons, a green flag which will start your project and a red stop sign which will stop your project. And over here is your workspace where you will be able to drag and drop blocks of code to code your project. On the left is where you will find those blocks. You can either scroll through or click on each category to find the block you're looking for. Additionally, at the bottom there's a blue button which will lead you to extension blocks, which include the music blocks and the pen blocks. Now let's talk about costumes. As you can see, next to the Code tab there's a Costumes tab. Costumes are just like what they sound like. They are costumes that your sprite can put on to make it look like they're doing different things. For example, this Scratch Cat here has a costume that will make it look like it is running. There are also various tools you can use to edit your sprite. Here you can use your creativity and remove or add anything you'd like to your sprite. Now, to add a costume, you can go to the button in the bottom left corner and you'll see various options like choosing a costume, painting a costume, getting a surprise costume, or uploading a costume. The process to add a new sprite is very similar. Sprites are basically the actors of your project. They will do whatever you code them to do. For example, let's add a sprite, like this bear. As you can see, this bear also has a costume, this time of it standing. Adding a backdrop is also basically the same. Let's try the surprise button. As you can see, we've been given a random backdrop. Sounds are also very similar to costumes in the sense that they're individual to the sprite you add them to. You can add a sound in the same way that you add a costume, a sprite, or a backdrop. Now, however, you have the option to record a sound rather than paint a sprite or a costume or a backdrop. A very useful tool is called the backpack. For example, if you have a chunk of code, like when the green flag is clicked, the sprite will move 10 steps, and you want to transfer that also to your bear sprite, you can use the backpack, which is down here, And you can drag chunks of code in so that when you click on the bear sprite, you can transfer that same code over. There are a couple of other important things to know. One of them is to make sure to name your projects. This way you can distinguish between your projects and note what each of them does. Next to the title is a share button, which will allow you to share your project to the world. One of the most important things to do is to save your project every once in a while. Whenever you see the Save Now button, click it just to make sure you won't lose all of your progress. Finally, the project page is what other people will see when you share your projects. Here you can include instructions and notes and credits for your project, and others can comment on it. To get back to your code, press the See Inside button. You can do this on other people's projects too to see how they'd coded their project. Now that you know how to navigate the site, you're ready to create your first real project. Move on to the next video to learn about motion and all the different ways you can make your sprite move. Thank you for watching.